Hello everybody, it's our, I want to say third or fourth weekly Google Hangout. I don't see anyone on here, so for the individual students who can't join us today, I'll go ahead and just explain real quick the next major assignment. Now hopefully y'all have been working on your group discussion, your group culture assignments, or getting those done, because even though I don't really stick to due dates for the major assignments, it's really a good idea if you get that done as soon as possible. The next major assignments, there's two of them, are going to be some interview assignments. One is going to be a mock job interview where you practice interviewing for a job or career that you like. The other is going to be a personal career interview where you will find someone who you're not related to, who works in a field that you're interested in working, and you're going to come up with a few questions, interview them, and then report back to me what you learned about that in the form of a 1 to 2 page type double-spaced essay. So let's start off with the mock interview explanation. What you'll do for that, and it is in the assignments. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Is in the assignments on Blackboard right here. Open that up. Personal interview assignment, that's the personal one, and the mock interview is going to be below that. So this personal interview assignment, the instructions, like I said, interview someone for about 15 to 30 minutes. You're going to come up with the questions. So if you need any help, feel to contact me. But they should be legitimate questions that you want to ask someone who works in the job or career that you're interested in, as well as anything you'd like to know about that job, how they got the job, what they do on the job, some problems or difficulties or challenges they have. After you get that interview done, you'll write the 1 to 2 page type double-spaced paper. There's a few questions you can answer in this essay if you need some direction. But really, I want you to summarize what you learned from the interview. You'll submit it there. The mock interview instructions are right here. Also some interview tips and a few helpful links. But what you'll do for the mock interview is you're going to, one, pick a job. In this case, you can use a website like Monster, and it can be anywhere. But let's say I want to do a college professor in Texas. So you'll find a real job, either as adjunct professors, cosmetology. Find one that you're interested in doing. Read up on it. Do your homework for it. Let's see. Click on this one. You see the explanations there. If you have to go to external websites, that's fine. But see more college like instructor jobs here. You're going to read up what the responsibilities are, qualifications, salary, etc. This will be what you'll use to prepare for the job. In this case, what you'll do is you'll go ahead and stop sharing. You'll go ahead and come up with 10 to 15 questions for the mock interview, and they should be appropriate to the job that you're going for. Now you're probably thinking, where do I find those questions? Well, any job is going to have questions online that you could answer. For instance, I'll go ahead and load up some questions for college instructors real quick. So let me go ahead and share my screen again. So here's, like, let's say I'll get this job interview, or I'll get this job advertisement for a government instructor. Then based on this, I'll start generating 10 to 15 questions for a mock interview. I could use these ones that I found for interview questions for full-time faculty. There's a lot of them. All you have to do is come up with 10 to 15 questions. Pick questions that you can answer right now. Don't pick too many hypotheticals or ones that would require you to have specific education. Start with the simple, more open-ended ones that that could be answered by a college student, because if you pick the ones that are just really intricate, that will be I don't want you to have nothing to say. At the same time, I don't want you to lie or make up any information. So, like, again, what do you particularly like about teaching? That would be a good one. What kind of individuals do you find most difficult to work with? Why? You know, that y'all have probably had people who you've worked with that were difficult, etc. Describe how you use technology in teaching. You've probably had an instructor who used PowerPoint or something. You could, or videos. You can have them. You can use what they told you or what they did as something you borrow. But pick about 10 to 15 questions for the job that you want to go for after college. Then interview. Basically, what you'll do after that is either you'll send the questions to me and I'll interview you over Google Hangout, because my phone is kind of messed up, or the phone if I can get a new one soon, or any other, like, you know, virtual online thing. Or you can record yourself either with audio or video being interviewed by somebody with these questions, and I'll grade you based on your performance, and I'll put the critique on your grade session there. So yeah, that's what you do for the next major assignment, for the mock interview. Find a job or career that you're interested in, could be anywhere. Come up with 10 to 15 questions for that job, and then either send those questions to me, I'll make some revisions, and then interview you for about 5 minutes for the job, or record yourself being interviewed for about 5 to 10 minutes and send that recording to me. That's your next major assignment. Also, sorry, the major assignment personal interview, you'll find someone who is working in a field that you're interested in. Could be a teacher, could be one of your parents' coworkers if they're working in the field you want to go to. Just call people. You know, I think if you tell them you're wanting to interview them for a school project, they'll be fine. People love talking about their jobs. You'll interview them for about 15 to 30 minutes. Ask maybe about 5 to 10 good questions about their job, what they do, and then what you'll do is write a 1 to 2 page paper about how this interview helped prepare you for when you eventually go to the job. So that's the 2 next major assignments. For our next Hangout, maybe what I'll do is I'll go ahead and give some sample answers, as well as walk through a few good and bad interview questions and the responses that you could get for them. The video links that I have on Blackboard are good general tips for what you do with interviews. I want you to treat this interview like a real job, even though it's going to be just 5 minutes. Take it seriously, prepare, practice. Go be interviewed a few times before you submit the real one, or have someone practice interview you before you call me and get me to interview you. I've had a lot of students who told me that this was more stressful than a real job interview, which is good, because this isn't for money. This is for a grade. Real interviews, they're for money. So I don't think that took too long. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. I'll go ahead and keep the broadcast on, but I don't have too much to say after this. Sorry that my phone's not working. My child, she kind of dropped it a bit too much. Unfortunately, she has a habit of breaking my electronics, which is good, I guess. Not really. So I'll go ahead and just stay on here for the next till 12:30 or 12:40 or so. Hopefully some of y'all will get it here, get on. If you have any questions, feel free to use them in group chat, or you can use the ask questions on the Hangout. I see someone just joined in, so I'll go ahead and wait to see if anyone has any questions and answer them between now and then. But I'm going to mute my microphone just for now. Hopefully the interview thing won't be too difficult for y'all to do. I know there's 2 assignments for them, but the purpose is to really help you get ready for when you want to get that job or career outside of college. And I'm going to go over quickly a good little website, which I'll go ahead and put link up in on the web page. Okay, so this website that I have here, let me go ahead and share it. There we go. It goes over a few tips how to prepare, as well as the session of the interview. A good summary. Now, you don't have to go 30 minutes of the mock interview, but you should go about 5 to 10 minutes. Be sure you don't just go just don't be doing it for the first time and that's the one you submit for the grade. You want to do that. Let me see if I can find another good one. Okay, so here's a lot of, let me make sure that the other people can see it. Okay, so here's a good site that has a lot of sample questions. I might as well just go over the ways that you can answer these, just so y'all know. So most questions or interview questions will start as tell me about yourself. Sometimes you are tempted to answer this by just telling superfluous biographical details. You don't want to do that. You want to use every question as an opportunity to sell yourself more for a job. So if they say, tell me about yourself, don't say, oh, well, you know, I go to high school, I play football. You know, I think I'm a pretty fun guy. You want to say, tell them about yourself, how you've prepared for your career. So if I was preparing for a college instructor career, I'd be all like, well, I went to undergrad at UTPA, now UTRGV, graduated with a bachelor's in journalism there. From there, I went to Texas State University in San Marcos. I graduated with a master's in communication studies. While there, I really found my calling, I think, as an instructor by being a teacher's assistant. And that was really, on the first day of that job, I really felt like I had found what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. So I was lucky to get employed with STC, and that's where I hope to stay if y'all will give me the job. So there you go. You just tell them about yourself. There's a lot of things that you want them to ask you questions about so you can control the flow of the interview. Another one to consider is, what is your greatest strength or what is your greatest weakness? You want to tie these to the job you're going to be doing. It's easy to joke around like with your greatest weakness. Oh, my greatest weakness is bullets. No, but you don't want to joke around all the time. You want, for the greatest strength, you don't want to just say you have the strength. You want to prove it by giving evidence or examples. So what is your greatest strength as an employee? Well, my greatest strength personally is I'll always be the first one to volunteer, especially when no one else wants to do a job. For example, we have to go to Rio Grande City to teach there, and I love going there. I know it's difficult for other instructors, especially if they have kids and families to deal with over here, to make the hour trek all the way out to Rio Grande City to the Starr County campus. But I see it as an opportunity to really get to know a different type of student. That is the ones not just that come to Hidalgo County, but the ones who are in Starr, who are just as important. Now, what is your greatest weakness? You want to use a weakness that you could turn into a strength. So, my greatest weakness, I would think, is that, I've lived my whole life mostly in the Valley, still not the greatest with Spanish, but I'm taking various courses online to help me learn Spanish, and I'm trying to, again, learn more conversational Spanish to talk with students to kind of help them be a bit more comfortable when they're talking to me, as well as to pick that up better. So that's my greatest weakness. And I don't know Spanish yet, but I'm learning. So that's one thing that you can do. That's one way you can do it. Turn your weakness into a strength, and when you give a strength, give an example of that. So I'm going to stop sharing. I'll go over more, but I just want to make sure, see if there's more people here. Yep, still me. Oh, well, that's fine. Another question How do you handle failure? Well, you want to give an example of that. Doesn't matter how recent or old it is, you want to say how you handled it. For example, how do you handle failure? Well, personally, in high school, what I think was one of my greater failures was I didn't get a position of stage manager for a radio station, or station manager for a radio station that we had in high school, and I really beat myself up about it. I really was sad for a while, but eventually I found it. Okay, well, sure, you didn't do this, you didn't get this position. You'll just have to work harder. You'll just have to dedicate yourself more. You can't just take losing out on something as a sign to give up. And I don't believe I gave up. I kept there. I kept going. I kept DJing, and I think I'm better for it. You know, that's we rarely learn how to lose gracefully. It's rarely taught to us. So we have to adapt to that, and I think I can do that better. So that's what you do. Those are examples of some questions that you could ask as well as answer. Try and give some that are specific to the job that you're going for. And it's 12:17. So again, I'm going to mute the thing. If there's any questions y'all have, message them to me in the group chat or on the Google Hangout page. Getting lonely here, so please join sometime. Maybe I'll start the next one next week at 12:30 just to give y'all more time to join up and everything. But hopefully these video chats are helping in explaining job, like the various assignments. Something I did like to mention is that I'm going to be having another Hangout for another set of online students, though they're completing work in a mini master. I'll make the ones I do for them available as well, so that if there's any other questions that they go over, if you'd like to watch, that'd be fine too. But generally we review the same thing, so it's not necessary. Just thought I'd go ahead and toss it out there. But I'm looking forward to any of y'all, if y'all can join some future sessions. I may wrap it up early since I don't see too many people joining, but that just means that this explanation video will go up sooner than later. Okay, everybody, I'm going to stop broadcasting, but I'll still be available for the rest of my online office hour through email, or if y'all want to start another Hangout to chat with me, that's fine too. But this one should go up so they all can start watching it if any of y'all missed it. So let me know if you have any questions, and I'll be here to help. Y'all have a nice day, and we'll probably have another Hangout next week, barring any unforeseen circumstances. Thanks, and goodbye.